Alright, so what we ended up getting were a set of the QUICKJACks. These are the 5000 TLX. So they're the little bit longer ones than the standard 5000. I think it's about 6 inches longer. We did get the kit that came with the wall hangers and also the extra little lift blocks. But before I could go ahead and get these set up, I need to make some room here. As you can see, it's a pretty big mess over here. So I got to clean all this up so I could get these set up. You do got to assemble them a little bit, put on some fittings, fill it with some ATF and bleed it. So we're going to go ahead and get those, and that'll help us when we work on our Dodge and any other car we got. So these do have a 5,000 pound capacity. Looking at most of my cars, they're under 4,000 pounds. So these should work good. Alright, well, we got the driveway somewhat cleaned up, organized a little better. This is the side yard mechanic shop. As you can see, a bike showed up for some work. But you ready to open these up, Caleb? Here it is, it's all laid out. I'm surprised, I don't know, a lot of the other videos that I've seen, all these quick disconnect fittings are normally separate and you have to install them with some thread locker. But looks like all these fittings are already all installed. Even these 90-degree fittings, they're actually already installed on the lifts right here on the Rams. So I guess maybe this is something that QUICKJACK is doing new now. I was reading the instructions and they give you a lot of paperwork. I was reading in here and it doesn't say anything different. It gives you this checklist and it still says to assemble them, and then even right here it says stop and allow 24 hours for thread sealant to cure. But in my kit I didn't get any thread sealant and all the fittings are already installed, so I guess they're okay. I was trying to look in here, and you could actually see some thread sealant kind of build up in there, so I don't even think I want to like try tightening these up because I don't want to crack that thread sealant. So I guess we'll just hook it up and see what happens. But the kit that I got, it was like a bonus kit. So you get the lifts, the pump, you get these blocks here, the ones that Caleb's stacking up. You get a short and a medium, and then the bonus kit you get the pinch bolt blocks, and you also get the wall hangers, which are kind of cool. I'm thinking for my situation, because I don't have a garage, I might mount them, put a board across here and just hang them up on the porch. But I got to get these lines attached to the lifts, the short ones. These two short hoses get attached to the ramps or the lifts, and then these longer hoses, I guess these are just quick disconnects. They'll snap in here and then they'll snap onto the pump. These are the little grab handles so you could drag your jacks in and out of the car, and then this handle I think needs to mount right here on the pump. So we'll get all that hooked up. Okay, so we got the short hoses attached to the rams here. There is a little bit of pressure when you take these little caps off, so I put a rag under it because some hydraulic fluid did come out. Now what the instructions want us to do is to put 50 psi into these little air chambers here.
Dad, look.
So it says that it already has. We'll let all the air out of it. And we'll put 50 psi. Alright, let's try this again now that we got some air in our compressor. Ooh, that fills up fast. It doesn't take much.
Dad.
Okay, so we filled up the reservoir with some ATF. I just used some Mercon 5 or V. In the instructions, it does give you a list of compatible fluids. It says just to fill it up so that it's about 1/2 inch from the top of the filling port here. It took about 2.5 quarts of fluid. Now we're gonna hook up the long hoses to the pump. Quick disconnects. It does say before each use, make sure that these are clean, and then you want to take a little bit of your fluid and put it on the male fittings here, just so it doesn't mess up the O-rings probably inside of these. So there's a little BB right here. That little BB is so that you could disconnect it. So once you put it on, you want to turn that coupling so it can't undo itself. So that's going to go to one side of the lift. These hoses are kind of long, and I guess the word would be cumbersome. A little fluid here. Alright, now we just got to hook these up to the rams. So I did get these for my birthday, so I just want to say thank you to the one who gave them to me. I don't know if they want to stay anonymous or not, but I really appreciate them. Okay, so the next step, now that we have all the hoses connected and the reservoir filled, we need to bleed the rams. At this end of the ram, there's a bleed fitting. It takes a 3/16 Allen, not included. The instructions say that you loosen these. So what I did is I actually have the lifts elevated slightly. I used one of the lifting blocks and just put it under here. And then I put a rag, because what we're going to do is we're going to energize the pump or actuate it up, and it's going to bleed all the air out of these bleed screws, and we're going to continue to hold the up button until all we see is fluid coming out of here. So you kind of have to be a little quick, because you need to close both of these. It says immediately. So let's see if I can take that off of there. The procedure in the manual is a little different than the procedure that I've seen other people do in their videos. We're going to go ahead and hold the up button. It does say that the lifts might rise a little bit, but you don't want to raise them higher than 6 inches. Again, we're going to just do this until we see a solid flow of fluid coming out of these bleed screws. It's going to have to fill up the lines. And it's going to start pushing the air. Here we go. Here comes some air out of here. I'll close this one off. It's kind of hard to get an Allen key in here. Let that one go back down. Let's see. Crack that open. There we go. Let some of that air out of there. That again. Oh, yeah. Let them go down. Open again. So what we're looking for is a solid flow of oil through here. This side looks pretty good. I'm just hitting the up button right before I tighten that. I think the main thing is you just don't want the lift to make it to the stop. Down very slowly. It's probably better. That probably means that there's no air in it. You have to hold the down button, of course, while you're putting weight on it. Okay, let's do this one more time. Let's crack this one open. Doing this a few more darn Harley riders. See what happens.
What?
Get them up. They're so heavy, you got to get them up under the car. It doesn't slide very good on this rough cement, like compared to like a smooth garage floor, you know. guess it should go all the way up to that next stop. Let's see if it'll go the rest of the way. I had to fill it full of fluid and bleed it. See in there? It's okay, it's because it locked.
Do that?
Yeah, because it like locked down both sides. Alright, so here it is all lifted up. Got it to the highest point. Down on its locks. Checking all the fittings, there's no leaks. Lifts the car up pretty high. Rear bumper's almost like waist high. So let's go ahead and lower it back down. And what we're gonna have to do is raise it up and then take the locks off and then lower it down. It's kind of weird how that I don't know why that bowed like that. I think what you're supposed to do is lift that up and flip that over. I think maybe I don't have them exactly straight under the car. The frame on this car is kind of tapered towards the front. Make sure we don't lower it down on the hoses. The car does travel forward as you come down. There's the QUICKJACK 5000, what is it, TLX. Lifting an old school Dodge. Stay tuned to see these bad boys in action.